Some people see a quiet person and think, easy target. They couldn't have been more wrong. We've got the drunk guy who picked a fight with a stranger at a bar who turned out to be a 3-time UFC champion. The keyboard warrior who publicly roasted a lawyer online and got sued before the comment even got 100 likes. And the bully who shoved a nerdy kid in the school hallway in front of the entire wrestling team, 55 people, who had all the confidence and absolutely none of the awareness. Stay until number 1. It's not just the dumbest, it might be the most satisfying thing you watch all week. People who started beef they had no business starting. Guy trash talks a skinny dude at the gym. Skinny dude is a national powerlifting champion. Karen screams at a minimum wage worker. Worker is the owner's daughter. Road rage driver cuts off a slow old man. Old man is a retired police chief. Student mocks teacher for being too young to know anything. Teacher has 2 PhDs. Man challenges stranger to an arm wrestling match for money. Stranger is missing one arm and wins anyway. Boss publicly humiliates employee in a meeting. Employee is married to the company's biggest investor. Guy bets his car in a street race, races a dad in a minivan, loses by 4 seconds. Drunk man tries to fight a bouncer for fun. Bouncer is a former Olympic Online troll targets a nobody food blogger. Food blogger has 8 million followers on another platform. Man tries to scam an elderly woman out of her property. Woman is a retired criminal attorney. People who doubled down when they should have walked away. Neighborhood bully harasses a quiet teenager. Daily teenager is a black belt in 3 martial arts. Aggressive driver follows someone home to confront them. Follows an off-duty SWAT officer. Man starts loudly insulting a chess player in the park. Chess player is a former world-ranked grandmaster. Boss fires employee with, "You'll never work in this industry again." Employee starts competing company. Takes 40 clients. Heckler relentlessly mocks a stand-up comedian on stage. Comedian spends 20 minutes destroying them in front of 500 people. Scammer targets a retired man for fake tech support scheme. Man is a former FBI cybercrime investigator. Shoplifter tries to run from a middle-aged store employee. Employee is an ex-Olympic sprinter. Guy mocks a woman for reading a boring book on a plane. Book is one she wrote herself. Landlord tries to illegally evict a quiet tenant. Tenant is a housing rights lawyer. Rowdy customer tries to intimidate a small restaurant owner. Owner is a retired heavyweight boxer. Guy challenges a random old man to a golf bet. Old man is a former PGA Tour professional. Aggressive negotiator tries to lowball an inexperienced seller. Seller has an MBA and recorded the entire call. Man publicly mocks a woman's startup pitch. Woman's startup sells for $40 million 2 years later. Bar brawler picks on the quietest guy in the room. Quiet guy is a Marine veteran with hand-to-hand combat training. Cyberbully harasses a nobody gamer online. Gamer is a well-connected cybersecurity professional. When 5 seconds of research would have saved everything, investor publicly dismisses a startup founder as clueless. Founder had already filed 12 patents. Man tries to con a street card dealer. Dealer is a professional magician who's been hustling for 30 years. Guy challenges a random woman to a trivia contest at a bar. She's a 4-time Jeopardy champion. Someone plagiarizes a small-time writer's blog post. Writer is a published author with a major legal team. Man argues confidently about medicine with a stranger at a party. Stranger is the chief of surgery at the city hospital. Real estate developer tries to bully a homeowner off their land. Homeowner's family has owned it since 1887 and knows every law. Aggressive coach belittles a talentless young athlete. Athlete goes on to win Olympic gold 4 years later. Guy loudly insults a painting at an art gallery. The artist is standing right next to him. Man argues about historical facts with a random tourist at a museum. Tourist is the museum's head historian. Bully targets a weird loner kid in school. Kid's father is the school district superintendent. Contractor tries to overcharge an oblivious homeowner. Homeowner is a licensed contractor who built the house himself. Online commenter tells a nurse she knows nothing about medicine. Nurse has 22 years of ICU experience. Man tries to intimidate a small business owner over a refund. Owner's security footage goes viral and man loses his job. Person tries to cut in front of someone in line because they look weak. Person is a professional MMA fighter on arrest day. City councilman mocks a local activist as irrelevant at a public meeting. Activist had 200,000 signatures ready to present. The most legendary, satisfying, jaw-dropping backfires ever recorded. Man steals a car in a parking lot in front of witnesses. One witness is a police detective. Another is filming. Aggressive business partner tries to force a buyout. Discovers the silent partner owns 51% of the company. Guy publicly humiliates his girlfriend's loser ex at a party. Ex is her new boss starting Monday. Social media influencer publicly cancels a small brand. Brand's sales increase 10,000% overnight. Man tries to rob someone wearing headphones. Headphone wearer is a kickboxing instructor between classes. Corporate executive dismisses an employee's warning about a product flaw. Flaw causes $50 million recall 6 months later. Bully steals a kid's lunch every day for a month. Kid's older brother transfers to the same school. Landlord illegally enters tenant's apartment repeatedly. Tenant had installed cameras on day 1. Guy bets his entire paycheck, challenging a casual pool player. Casual player is a former national billiards champion. Man tries to physically intimidate someone on a hiking trail. Hiker is a wilderness survival instructor and former ranger. Internet troll spends a year harassing a content creator. Creator turns the whole story into a viral documentary. Troll is identified. Boss steals employee's $1 million idea and presents it to the board. Employee had already emailed it to the board 2 weeks earlier. Man scoffs at a woman mechanic and demands a real mechanic. She's the only certified mechanic in the shop and owns it. Gang of guys publicly mocks a street performer for being embarrassing. Performer is a world-renowned musician. Doing a surprise pop-up show, crowd turns on them instantly. Corrupt local politician threatens a quiet journalist to kill the story, or else journalist had already submitted it. It ran the next morning on the front page of a national newspaper. Politician resigned by noon. 55 people who looked at someone and thought, "I've got this." They did not have this. The lesson: the quietest person in the room is almost always the most dangerous one to underestimate. Comment below, number 1 or number 3, which one hit different? And if you've ever personally witnessed instant karma like this, tell us the story. Best comment gets pinned.